made it to my favorite spot. In this video, I'm going to be taking you through a day in my life vlog. I was just about to say week there, but I'm doing a day. Today, I am going to be heading out to Paddington here in Sydney. I'll be riding from a couple of cafes there and checking out some bookshops, as well as having lunch with a friend. Just quickly getting dressed. Some wide leg pants, this velvet blazer, singlet, and I'm going to be wearing sneakers. So I'm currently deciding between these or these. I think I'll go with my Nikes, actually.
My riding days at home normally start extremely early in the morning. I'm in comfortable loungewear like my robe or a kimono. And whilst I do love days like that, once in a while, sometimes more than others recently, I felt like being out in the world, putting on some makeup, dressing up a little, doing fun things with my hair, and actively open to new inspiration. It brings a sense of variety when I feel a little mentally flat from riding in so much solitude, and it's also extremely refreshing. Nothing profound, but just a simple switch up of an environment works wonders, which, by the way, is so needed in the creative process of not just riding, but any form of creation. To take a step back from time to time and infuse something new or see something from an entirely different perspective to bring back to your work. And that for me on this day in my life as an author looked like making my way over to Ampersand, a cafe and bookstore here in the leafy neighbourhood of Paddington in Sydney. There are over 3 floors of books, and normally when I come here, my favourite spot for coffee, conversation and musings have always been upstairs by the windowsill. Now that I'm writing a book and needed a little bit of inspiration, this was the first place that came to mind. This time, instead of occupying a spot on a tiny stool looking out by the windowsill, I had the whole room to myself, which is where I got comfortable on this communal table. Lucky me. So welcome back to another Day in the Life vlog, author edition. And if you're just joining me on this journey, hello, hi, hola. My name is Aubrey, and I'm currently in the weeds of writing my second book, which is part memoir, part manifesto, part map. And it's all about listening to your inner callings and following your soul purpose path. I'm glad I got here early because I'm at my favorite spot upstairs by the fireplace and surrounded by all of these books. I got a banana bread and a coffee, and I'm ready to have a couple of hours of writing. Writing is such a solitary act that requires focus, attention, and tuning into inner guidance. Personally, I like to witness the act of writing as a practice of surrender, to not only listen, but hear what wants to come through in written word, direct from source as an open channel. For first drafts anyway. My environment definitely plays a big part in the process, and as a visually inclined person, being surrounded by books in a place like this just lights me up and quite simply makes my heart smile. After a solid 3 hours of being in flow, I then met up with a friend to have lunch at Oxford House. Bookstore is right next door, so of course you know I had to pop in. Would it even be a day in the life of an author vlog without a visit to the bookstore? This is one of my favourite bookstores in Sydney actually. I also hosted a book launch at Berkeley Books in Balgowlah, which you can see in this Creative Days in My Life vlog. I had a bit of a browse on the bottom floor and then wandered upstairs to look through the secondhand collection of books. This is a section where you'll be able to find plenty of gems. definitely got caught up in a portal here. I know I'm not the only one who can spend hours in bookstores like this, but it was worth every minute. I went back down to the cafe since I decided to actually get more writing done, reminding myself that, someone's got to work around here. This book isn't going to write itself. But that overly critical voice was met with a new package from Sunny's Face, so I told it to chill out and let myself enjoy the surprise gifts. My writing process has not been linear, which I have really loved actually. I wake up, check in with my heart and listen to what part lights me up. Then I work on writing for that chapter, following the intuitive pull, which is funnily enough what this chapter was all about. The seemingly magical superpower that we all have, our intuition. I'm curious about what your relationship is like with your own intuition. If you've made it this far, comment this emoji below and tell me, what does trusting your intuition look like for you? For me, as an author in the current book writing process, it has been just that. Trusting that whatever chapter I am led to is the one I'm meant to be working on for my book in this present moment. Focusing my writing on whichever part lights me up instead of forcing myself to write in the rigid confines of chronological order and trusting that it will all come together.
So I finally made it home and I just thought I'd go onto the rooftop to get some fresh air, and I'm going to wrap up this vlog here. So thank you so much for tuning into another video. I feel like I did a good effort at today's chapter, all about your intuition, tuning in and listening to your intuition, navigating between intuition and fear, and all the juicy goodness that comes from intuitive guidance. So I'm going to wrap up this vlog here. I'll also leave a link in the description box below for you to be one of the first to get a copy of my brand new book.
You'll get updates on when you'll be able to pre-order it, and it would mean the absolute world to me.
Okay, I'll see you in my next video. Until then, always sending you all the groovy love.